Joann Fabrics survived for over 80 years, but they could not survive private equity. At their peak, they were bringing in close to $2.5 billion in revenue, but they still went out of business. And I'm Sammy, covering the hottest business lore, and this is part 3 of my private equity series. In 2011, private equity firm Leonard Green buys Joann stores for $1.6 billion in a leveraged buyout. I'll explain what this actually is. So in this type of scenario, the borrowed money or debt that is used to acquire the company actually comes out of the acquired company's cash flow. In other words, Joann had to use money that they were generating from the business to actually finance the purchase. And this is exactly why leveraged buyouts are really challenging. The second that the company starts to stall or slow down, it can be really hard for the company to actually make those payments. And so Joann was really struggling in the late 2010s. But then came the great pandemic crafting boom. Sales exploded because people were stuck at home and they were doing a lot of crafting. The private equity firm sees this opportunity and decides to take the company public. Yet shortly after, the share price tanks. And this triggered a delisting. In March 2024, they have their first bankruptcy and lenders take over the company. And less than a year later, in January 2025, they have a second bankruptcy. And in February of this year, they announced that all of the Joann stores would be closing and 19,000 people lost their jobs. And the final plot twist came last month when Michaels announced that they would be acquiring the Joann's IP and private label brands. And everything that happened here is legal, it's profitable, and it happens more often than you realize. And follow along for more at the intersection of business and culture.